Straight away I realised that the prices were maybe like lower than I was expecting, and that's why you never know what's going to happen on sale day, and that's why I guess I was disappointed. So today is Wednesday the 25th of September, and we've got a little bit of sunshine this morning, which is lovely. It's a really nice morning. In fact, I think yesterday was pretty gloomy, so today comparatively is quite a lot nicer. We've got this mist on the hills over here. Sheep are looking all right. So yesterday had the ewes in the afternoon, wormed the ewes, just like giving them their sort of autumn wormer. They hadn't actually been wormed for a while, so I knew that they would probably be ready. And so they're looking all right. We had a count, I think we've got about 70 ewes now. And then over the wall here, we've got the lambs, and it's the lambs that we need to focus on this next couple of days because we've got a lamb sale on Friday. So we've got an entry for 80 lambs, and over the next day or two we're going to have them in and have a bit of a sort out and tag the lambs and try and work out how to make groups, and we'll give them a mark so we can have an idea of how to split them up on the day, and hopefully it's going to be good. It's the first sale of the year for us for lambs, so it's something that I anticipate and get a bit worried and nervous about, but trying not to be too nervous about it, because what will be will be. We have got the catalogue with pen number 30 to 32 out of about 138 pens, so I feel like that's not a bad position to be at all in the running order. Just spotted a bit of wall come down. So yeah, so that's what we're preparing for in the next couple of days in the build up to Friday. I've woken up this morning with a really sore back, which is worrying me a little bit because I'm going to need to be fighting fit to do everything that we need to do with the lambs. Over the next couple of days I could really do without having a bad back, but I just woke up this morning and it's really bad. I don't know if it was from the ewes yesterday sort of bashing me about a little bit, because they can be quite rough. But taking some paracetamol, put ibuprofen gel on my back, and hopefully it'll be easing as I move and as the day goes on. Having looked over the ewes yesterday, I'm quite happy. I think there's maybe about another 5 that we will perhaps weed out and not breed with, so that'll take us down to 65-ish, and I'm not sure how I feel about that number going forwards, because it's definitely less than last year. We bred with 90. So it's a very foggy morning, 26th of September, and here we are, or here I am, with the lambs, and we're going to be getting them in shortly. I've just been for my morning walk around, and yeah, it's very gloomy as predicted. It's been quite wet, but it's not raining right now. So we're going to get the lambs in. We're going to start grading them like into groups, work out how many we think we've got to take tomorrow, mark them up, tag them, and then we will leave those in now until tomorrow morning, because we'll be setting off early for the sale, and I just think it's less stress all around to have them in the shed. So they'll be having a sleepover in the shed tonight, and then tomorrow sale day, and then it'll all be done until the next sale. And it's a bit of a wet day. There's my little angel at the back with the long tail. The only one whose tail we didn't dock. So the first thing we need to do is just sort out smaller lambs from bigger lambs. So that is what we're going to do. Working them around the race. Come on. So we're kind of getting into groups now, so the biggest ones have come into the back and the smallest ones have just gone through. And so in theory we should just be able to try and pick out 70 or so lambs that look like they could make 2 decent pens or 3 decent pens. But these ones have not made the grade today, so they can go back out. I'm going to have another look at these at the weekend once we've got the sale out of the way. So these lambs have all been tagged and a few of them have been marked up as a bit smaller. A couple of the tails have been tidied up and now they're just drying off in the sun, which is good, and having a little nibble of some hay. So we've done about somewhere between 40 and 50. We've got another 25 or so to go. So here they are, this is what we've done, this is what we've got. A few of them trying to trick us by acting lame after previously being fine. So we've got the lambs in, they're tagged, and now they just need to spend the night in the shed. Hopefully they'll dry out. Dad always used to say, and I agree, that they look so much better when they're dry. So the last couple of years we've brought them in the night before the sale to make sure that they are dry. And they were certainly not dry when they came in this morning. So yeah, just giving them some hay and some straw. I'm just about to go and get a bit more hay for them. And some water, and then yeah, just try not to get too worried about it all, because I do tend to get worried. Like, I'm quite an anxious person and I worry about things, so I do tend to get worried about sales and just putting a lot of pressure on myself. I don't really know why. I don't really like the sale environment or the market environment. So it's not a day that I look forward to, it's more that a day that I just want to get through, if that makes sense. But also need to try and remember to enjoy it and try and feel proud of what's been achieved regardless of the outcome. So the lambs are having a night in the barn, ready for tomorrow. Morning, so it's 7 o'clock. It's the morning of the sale. Bit of a dark, wet and windy, horrible morning and night. So we're just going to get loaded up now and get the first load down, because we're taking 2 loads down basically. Drive them down.
Right, you start to walk down here.
That includes the one that went back. Sure they all look all right on their feet. And this is us unloading the second batch of lambs. So we took 1 trailer full down, unloaded them, drove back home and came back with a second load. And so this is the second load getting dropped off at the market. And then we walk them around to their pens and just have a bit of a sort out, make sure that they're all in the right pen number, as we've given them little marks on the head to indicate. This is the bit when we have a look at other people's lambs that are entered. different breeds. Some strong looking lambs down here. So here we are on the 28th of September. It's a new day, nice clear morning, and the sun is just coming up at 7 AM. And I guess I need to give you my thoughts and rundown of what happened at the sale. Beautiful sunrise. So it's Saturday afternoon today, and I guess I need to do a bit of a follow-up on what happened at the sale. So it didn't go to plan, is the main thing that I would say. So Nick was supposed to film me selling in the ring, but somehow he managed to miss it. So there's no record of me selling in the ring. And that's mainly because things went faster than we anticipated. So I was pen number 30, but it wasn't the 30th pen in, it went quicker. So I was supposed to shoot down to go in with the lambs being sold, and I think I didn't realise Nick was following me and somehow just got like lost in the back of the market, and therefore he wasn't there. And so we were starting off by watching some of the lambs being sold, and straight away I realised that the prices were maybe like lower than I was expecting. So I quickly realised that maybe our lambs weren't going to reach what I thought they might reach before we got to the sale. And that's why you never know what's going to happen on sale day. And that's why I guess I was disappointed. Oh, it's making my arm hurt holding my camera. So I realised straight away that there were some good lambs in like pen number 17, 18, and I watched them being sold, and they probably didn't make the price that I thought they were going to get. So I realised mine were going to make less because mine didn't look perhaps quite as strong. So anyway, all in a nutshell, I had 3 pens. The pen of 35, which were the best lambs, sold for £109 a head. Pen of 28 lambs, which were like the middle, sold for 104 per head. And the smaller group that were just like a little bit smaller sold for 94, which I was a bit disappointed with, if I'm honest. But you have to just take what it happens on the day and regroup. So came away from the sale feeling deflated that Nick had missed it. I've been feeling like emotional all week, and I was just, it just wasn't a good experience for some reason, even though those prices are like, good prices. Think about how things were a few years ago. They're good prices. So I should be ecstatic, but I just didn't have that feeling. I just kind of felt a bit empty and a bit disappointed. Like I thought maybe they were worth a bit more, and maybe the prices have dipped a little bit from where they were like a month ago. I don't know, really. So now I just have to regroup and focus on what to do with the remaining lambs. I think that, like, had I brought smaller lambs, they probably would have really struggled to make like 90. So now the plan is to worm the lambs that we've got left and feed them up a bit of creep and that kind of thing. And I'm just not sure when I want to sell them. Not in a rush to sell them, I don't think, for now. And yeah. This is what we've got left to work with. We've got a nice little group here ready to be wormed. A couple of dirty tails ready to be clipped. So we've got roughly 100 lambs here that we've wormed today and just had a little tidy and trim up, and a few lame ones as well. So they're all good to go back out. And then we've got a few problem cases that are just going to stay in the shed. But yeah, kind of overall feel quite pleased with how this lot are looking. So they can go back out. Hopefully they'll stay looking all right. So I'm going to finish the video with some photographs. Andy, who does the walls for us, the dry stone walls, and does a wonderful job. Andy and his wife Anna came down to the market on Friday to show us some support, which was really nice and appreciated to see some familiar faces. And they took some pictures, so I'm going to share the pictures that they got of the ring action, which I'm really grateful for because it all happened so fast and I wouldn't have seen any of it otherwise. And thanks for watching the video, and look forward to reading your comments.